A couple of years ago, I did a video, a very popular video, called Using Anger to Manifest with the Law of Attraction. And as I mentioned, it was my most popular video to date, or it is my most popular video to date. And since then, I have heard so much debate in the spiritual community about using negative emotions, bad karma, revenge. If you are putting negative energy out there, you're going to get more back, and so on. And feeling is healing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure you've heard a lot on those kinds of topics too. So I thought it was only right that I should do a part 2 of Using Anger to Manifest. If you haven't watched the first video, do go and check it out. I'll leave the link below and you'll see a pop-up on the screen too, whichever way it comes up. But yeah, I mean, I want to cover all of those things, revenge, bad karma and negativity, in relation to using anger to manifest, because it is very important, and it's something that, you know, we should all do when we are manifesting. We should be taking responsibility for our actions and doing things in an ethical manner, right? There's been a lot of confusion, I think, over the whole anger and manifesting side of things, because people are afraid of creating bad karma for themselves. But at the same time, we are human beings. We do sometimes want to see the people that have hurt us get their comeuppance. There's nothing wrong with that. And I do genuinely believe, and I know from my own personal experience, that feeling is healing. And if you have had a lot of heartache and people have done some really nasty things to you, which have, been a source of your anger, as it is today, as it stands, you still carry that around with you, then it's only natural that you're going to want to see that person suffer in some way, or have, justice served, right? Which is normal. When it comes to manifesting, I would never encourage anyone to manifest something negative towards another. And I'm going to cover the 3 kind of basic rules of manifesting in a separate video. For the sake of this one, I will just quickly cover what they are, but as I mentioned, I will go into depth in another video in the coming weeks. First rule of manifesting, what you have to remember is that we are always manifesting. In every single moment, we are manifesting. Our emotions are straight away the first indication that we are manifesting something. The law of attraction is not something that you can pick up and put down and use, like some kind of an asset. It's always in operation. It's like gravity, okay? Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, whatever you're thinking, whatever you are feeling, you have a point of attraction. The second thing about manifesting, the sort of one of the basic principles, is that what you give out, you will get back to you in one way or another. It might look different, it might not on face value seem like it's the same thing, but on a vibrational, emotional level, it will be the same. There will be a match. I know people who have cheated on their partners, and then they've been cheated on by the person they initially cheated with. I know people who have not stolen, but they kind of think it's funny to, perhaps if an opportunity arises, to, like swipe something and take it without paying, something small, or little. And it's something that they have a habit of doing, and then, they've left their job and their employer hasn't paid them in full, or, they've been conned in some way. And, that is basically, I think to myself, well, that's because you're doing X, Y, Z quietly, and that's, if you're stealing from life, you will get stolen from. It's as simple as that. The third sort of basic principle of manifesting is that we attract, and this kind of extends on from point 2, we attract what we are, not what we want. So using anger to manifest, I stand by feeling is healing, for sure. And in my first video, I described how I used a lot of anger to manifest in my earlier years, in my sort of late teens and early 20s. I achieved a hell of a lot using anger to manifest. And my focal point was America. As I mentioned, go and watch the video to get the sort of full story. But to cut things short, you know, America was my vision. I wanted to go to America, I wanted to graduate there, I wanted to live there, I wanted to do all sorts of different things over in America, and at one point I wanted to live over there permanently. And everything I set out to do, I achieved. And I still had a lot of anger within me, but the point is that I transmuted all of that anger and all of that energy into getting to America. So it was a positive thing, it was a positive outcome. And this is the point, is when it comes to using anger to manifest, it's okay for you to be angry, it's okay for you to be heartbroken, it's okay for you to feel revengeful, but you can't stay stuck in that energy for too long. If you're going to work with it, use it in a way where you're able to transmute the energy. What do I mean by transmute? I mean playing sports. I mean doing what I did, having a vision, having something that you think, okay, if that was to happen, it would make me feel a billion times better. Something that is positive, that you can throw all of your energy into, that is going to help you turn all of that frustration, that anger, that resentment, that bitterness, that sadness and heartbreak into something that is going to be rewarding for you and the people around you, potentially those that you love, your children, your parents, your siblings, your friends, whatever. Yeah? Make sure that there's a positive intent and outcome behind it, and then throw all of that negativity into that particular project or goal. That's what I mean by transmute, because energy is constantly moving, it's constantly shifting. I said about emotion being the first indication of a manifestation. So when you start to feel any emotion arise, that is an indication that you are manifesting. How do you know whether it's good or bad? By the way you feel. And that is why revenge is never, it's a natural thing that we all feel at one point or another, but it is not something that I would encourage anyone to dwell on. And if you want an example of what I mean in terms of what we give out, we get come back to us, a really good way to look at it is look at, I don't know, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They are a perfect example of people who on a huge global stage have gone all out to ruin the royal family. Now, you might not be a royalist, you might not agree with the concept of having a monarchy and so on. I'm not going to get into all of the pros and cons of that. But no one can deny the fact that everyone is sick of Meghan and Harry. Why are they sick of Meghan and Harry? Because they are just constantly going on and on and on and playing the victim. Playing the victims of, we've had this done to us, and the royal family are very racist and they're very prejudiced and unconscious bias and all this shit that you think, really, you want your privacy, but you're constantly putting yourself in the spotlight and doing stuff that's drawing attention to yourselves. The royal family, on the other hand, they've just put up a wall of silence. And I think that the way they have dealt with having so much crap thrown in their direction has, it's been so dignified and it's been so positive. And that in itself is a perfect example of how, if someone is doing bad stuff and they are focused on negative things, it will come back to them in one way or another. It will come back to bite them, whether that be you wanting revenge on someone who's done you bad, or that person who's done something bad to you. Trust that you're not the only one who's been on the receiving end of that negativity. If they're doing it to you, they're doing it to everyone, and it will come back to them. I promise you it will. You can't be in alignment with bad stuff, bad thoughts, bad feelings, bad choices, bad actions, and expect to have good in your life. You can't. I mean, you think about why you're watching this video, using anger to manifest. Is it possible that you would like to have revenge on someone? If that's the case, and I'm not judging you if that is the case, I've been there. For sure I've been there. I've had a lot of people in my life who, I think by anyone's standards, you sort of think, yeah, that's wrong. That's fundamentally immoral what they've done. I know exactly how you're feeling, but I can promise you now, being the victim and feeling the victim is not fun. It's not fun. You know that. I know that. It's not fun. And let me ask you, your dreams, like I had my dream of America, and that helped me. That helped me to pull all of my anger and my negativity into something positive. That was kind of like my anchor. Think about a dream that you have right now off the top of your head, something that you would love to happen. It doesn't matter how crazy it might be, or even it might be something really simple and small. It doesn't matter. Is that particular person, that circumstance that's got you really angry and feeling really negative, are they really worth sacrificing that dream for? That's the question now that you need to ask yourself. Are they really worth it? What's more important? Is it more important that you're happy and that you do achieve and realize your dreams and live a life that you want to live, or giving all your energy and power away to that particular situation or person? You need to ask yourself this. Where do you want to spend all your time and your energy and your focus? Because your power, your personal power, is on the table here. Do you want to reclaim it, or do you want to give it away to some person who probably is not even giving you a second thought? That's the thing you have to remember, is that this person is probably living the life of Riley right now. It might be an employer, it might be an ex, it might be a friend, or an ex-friend, obviously. It could be anyone, only you know that. But are they really worth it? What's more important? You living from a heart center and being open and loving and sharing that love and that beauty and everything you have to offer, all your gifts, all your talents, sharing that with the rest of the world, with the collective good, and tipping those scales towards love rather than fear? Or is it feeding more of that energy that you actually is what's got you stuck in the first place? Using anger to manifest only works well if you're using it for something good, for something positive. So it's about you prioritizing your own self, your own energy. When we're angry, give yourself that time. As I said, give yourself that time and that space to feel angry, to be angry. Catharsis is a brilliant therapy. And catharsis is a way of transmuting that energy too, in terms of getting rid of it on a physiological level. So that could be, I've heard of people getting pictures of people that they don't like, or have hurt them or whatever, and sticking it on cardboard boxes and literally then kicking and hitting and stamping on and bashing those cardboard boxes to bits. You could scream into a pillow, punch a pillow, do boxing, kickboxing. There's all sorts of different activities that you can use. Google the word catharsis if you're not familiar with it, because it is really powerful. Even visualization. You can visualize having a conversation with that person and saying all the things that you really want to say. And even Louise Hay does a great catharsis meditation actually called Releasing Anger. You can find it on YouTube, where you visualize the person and the people, and then you do what you want basically to them, and then you visualize an angel coming in and transmuting all of that energy, and then I think it's either an anger meditation or releasing anger, or it's called forgiveness. Look it up. It's anger, forgiveness, Louise Hay. Just put it in meditation and you'll find it. That's very powerful too. So there's all sorts of things you can do, but the most important takeaway that I want you to have from this video is that your personal power is yours to do what you want with. So yes, using anger to manifest does work well when you're using it for positive, good intentions that are going to help you to thrive and in the long run achieve what it is that you want, which is ultimately happiness, right? You want to be happy, you want to have love, peace, joy, abundance in your life. When you're aligning with that, that's what you'll get. When you're aligning with negative, you're just going to get more of that. So give yourself a time frame when it comes to using anger. Say to yourself, right, I'm going to give myself 3 days to shout, kick, scream, not at other people obviously, but just embrace this emotion and honor it and respect it and nurture it, because our hearts are very resilient, and we need to, in order to heal them, we do need to honor the fact that we have that heartbreak or whatever it is, the emotion that we're experiencing. Our heart is the seat of our emotional consciousness. So when you tap into the heart, you're getting to the truth of the matter in terms of emotion. So spend some time really thinking about, okay, how does my heart feel? How can I open my heart? What do I need to do to heal my heart right now? How can I just use this emotion to really respect and honor myself? Yeah, I'm not asking you to gloss it all over and pretend it's all good. Spend some time with that. Give yourself a time frame. Say, right, I'm going to express whatever comes up and I'm going to, be with it. But then I'm going to give myself that time to let it go. And at the end of it, I'm then going to focus on something positive that's going to pull me up and help me to free myself from this crap, because it's no longer part of me. My experiences are just experiences. Like what you've had happen to you in the past doesn't define who you are. Who you are is so much more powerful and greater and worthy and deserving of everything on a much higher vibration. And that is ultimately where we want to go. That's the direction we want to move in. So I hope that's helped you. I hope today's video has helped you to clarify a little bit more about using anger and the different ways in which it can be used for good, as long as good is the actual focal point, and the anger is just, you see it as a transition period, a bridge if you like, to helping you move forward and move onwards and upwards vibrationally. Revenge, karma will take care of those people, okay? And you don't, two wrongs don't make a right. You don't want to get sucked into that drama, because why should you be creating more bad karma for yourself just because of someone who probably doesn't know any different? You're better than that. I know you are. Okay? I've been a little bit all over the place with this video today, but I am going to be going a lot deeper, as I mentioned, with topics like the sort of rules of manifesting and what it means, what it involves. I would like also to talk more about the heart center, because forgiveness and anger and resentment and heartbreak, all these things are very valid, and I don't really know of many people in this spiritual community who like to spend too much time talking about those things. It's always about how to feel better, how to manifest amazing, great success, in 1 week and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's why a lot of people doubt the law of attraction and manifesting being a real thing. So I am going to spend more time on that sort of scale of things, like, being with the anger, spending time with it, how you use it to your advantage, how you kind of switch those thought processes to help you think more towards what you want rather than what you don't. And there's just so much to cover here, and this has been a fairly long video, so I'm not going to keep you any longer. But if you did like this video, please subscribe to my channel so you can get all the latest from me. I do also have a free gift on my website called 7 Days to Fun and Freedom, where I cover love, money, I cover affirmations and the power of affirmations. I talk about stress, overwhelm, achieving peace and clarity. I cover all sorts of things. So go onto that link below, and the page will tell you all about that free gift and how you can get it. There's no charge for you, no hidden costs. It's completely free for you, my gift to you to help you on your manifesting journey. If you did find this video helpful, then please do share it with a friend, anyone who you know that might be exploring the law of attraction, or who already knows a lot about it and is just, wanting to watch a video like this to help them on their own personal journey. And yeah, I hope to hear from you below, from comments perhaps that you have, or stories, experiences that you'd like to share with myself and other people who are watching this video, because we are all in this together and we can all learn so much from each other too. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Lots of love, take care, and I will speak with you again very soon.